We are the true masters of the Earth's sphere.
To them!
Hello, everybody. It's your boy Sleepwalker, the man who walks the dreams, possibly even yours, and we are here tonight on the 2Dev Podcast, episode 21 on the blessed Cyberpunk Eve. How are you doing, gentlemen?
Oh, blessed be the V.
I'm full of holiday spirit,
Oh,
cyberpunk spirit.
oh, well, that is beautiful. This is a glorious occasion, and I guess we should start off with the normal round of what have we been playing. So, why don't you go ahead and start, John?
Well, I've been staying pretty vanilla this week, and I've been playing Call of Duty Cold War. I'm just so we're going to get into Cold War a little bit later in the podcast, but I am just so happy that the prestige mode is back. It gives me a reason to grind that game, and I definitely enjoy it. But that's pretty much all I've been playing. What about you, Matt?
So Dragon Quest 11 dropped on Game Pass, and I've pretty much just been taking up all my time this week.
Are you digging it? Are you loving it?
I'm a huge fan of JRPG genre, and this game is just unapologetically like, hey, let's make a JRPG, but let's use like cutting edge graphics, and it's fucking dope. I'm like I think I got all the characters, I think, except for like the last secret character I've spoiled myself to find out about. But I'm like level 25, so I'm like, yeah, almost midway through the game. I think it's a really big game. I kind of feel bad because after tonight, I don't think I'll be playing it anytime soon.
Oh, yeah. You're probably going to be taking a break on that for a little bit.
Oh, I have a feeling, with this blessed day.
Did our last podcast, did episode 20, inspire you to start playing Dragon Age?
Yeah, in a way, I wanted to play it anyway.
What up, Austin?
It came out on it was available, like the option to pick it was available on Game Pass, like 4 months ago or so. It was like way earlier in the year, and like I downloaded it. I was like, oh sweet, and then when I played it, it was like, oh, you're a little too early there, buddy. And then I clicked on it, and it was like, it will be available like December 3rd. I'm like, what? Why the hell did you put it on there so early? But I had it downloaded, so I was ready to go when it came out. So pretty much since then, I've been like going to work, coming home, and playing that for hours. But
I feel you.
It kind of it made me a little bit more excited us talking about it, though. I will admit.
Well, I will say that I have been playing pretty much just Hyrule Warriors since it's the newest thing out. What up, Wayne? Saying what's up to the guys in chat. I've been playing Hyrule Warriors since it's pretty much the newest thing that's come out recently. And that's about it. I've enjoyed the game still. It's Dynasty Warriors, so you gotta have to take it for what it is. But I think it's one of those things that I think Dynasty Warriors should just start doing everyone else's games instead of Dynasty Warriors ever again. I think they should just take like Marvel and DC Dynasty Warriors. I think that would be dope if they had a Marvel or DC Dynasty Warriors.
Too bad they can't, copyright the intellectual property of like the style of game, because there's a lot of people that's spitting it off.
Yeah, that is true. Like a lot of people do like that, but I think if they just went to Marvel or DC, it'd be like, hey, we'll make you a Dynasty Warriors. They're gonna make Persona 5 a Dynasty Warriors game.
I saw that. That, dude. That's crazy. And it's actually in the canon of the games. Like how the.
Yeah,
I mean, they have a dance game that's in the canon of the games too, which is kind of just,
Yeah, but I could still get with that. Some good old beat 'em up fun is always good.
Hell yeah.
Now that we've gotten the formalities out of the way, let's get into some Cyberpunk talk, guys.
Ooh,
man.
Oh boy, I can't wait to. I just can't wait.
I tell you, I haven't been this excited for a game in a long time. It just looks absolutely remarkable. But we're gonna get this started off. We're gonna kind of dive into this game a little bit. So chat, if you guys have anything you want to add, any questions to ask or whatever, please do chime in. But we're gonna start off just kind of having some fun with it. I'm gonna ask everybody to go around and first list 3 things that you're most looking forward to in Cyberpunk, and then after we get through that, we'll do 3 things that we most worry about for Cyberpunk. I'll go ahead and start off. The 3 things I'm most looking forward to in Cyberpunk is the world and the lore. It just seems so awesome. The lore behind it, I already am trying to find like, little snippets of reading that I can do to try to get, trying to understand,
You should check
more
out
about the lore.
It's like these YouTube channels that have the lore, because it's from a tabletop game, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I do know that.
yeah, and
Yep.
the lore is so deep, bro. It's so thick.
But that's the part, it's part of what's going to suck people in. The next thing I'm excited for is exploring Night City. Every single person who's played it has just gone on and on and on about how expansive and awesome Night City is, and I'm definitely looking forward to doing it in the open world format. And the last thing that I'm excited about Cyberpunk is, typically for someone like me, I don't replay games, especially single player games, after I've already beaten them. Really, I didn't even do that for Breath of the Wild. It's one of my most favorite games of all time. But with this game, there's so many nuances. So, the different life paths, the different side quests that you accept, and different decisions that you make, every little small decision can have a butterfly effect to what ending you get in the end. So it's really just awesome to me to think about going back and playing it again and finding a different ending, or playing with a different life path to see how everything interacts and how everything is interwoven into this world. So I'm just really excited, guys.
That like, I think the world and the lore is just it's so deep that, like, I was looking at, like, just some of how the corporations have taken over and everything like that, that it makes me excited. And I guess I'll start my list as well as what I've like the top 3 things of what I'd like. It makes me excited to do some deep role playing, like take a character and just try to play as that character think would play. Like, I want to play like a nomad samurai, maybe with like some pistol skills and some robot and some what's it called, rocket arms or whatever like that. But I want to see how deep I can get into the role playing. And also, I think the second thing I would say, the most thing I'm excited about, is just like John, just checking out the world and seeing what I can do with it. How deep I can go with how I can make my own reputation and how I can like make my own mark on the world. I want to see how deep that goes. Also, my third thing, customization. I just want to see how customized I can get it. Like, can I make Orin from Final Fantasy X? Like, can I make Senku from Dr. Stone? I want to see what I can do.
It's going to see how big you can make your penis.
Oh, dude, it's going to be like, I want to see if I can make it a gun. I want to see if I can make a penis gun. I want to be a lady with a penis gun. Like, that's exactly what I want to be, because I want to go into situations and I'd be like, I think I'm packing the biggest here, gentlemen, and then I just shoot him from under the table. Boom!
You could like, what do you like, get upgrades for your penis gun? Like it was firing 9mm, now it's firing buckshot.
Yeah, it's like, what if I put a scope on it? Because who's
double barrel shotgun?
Who's looking through that scope? Like, if you put a scope on your penis, who's looking through that scope?
You have a third eye, like a cybernetic eye. It's laying it right above your penis.
Right on my belly button, so I can just look through it. If I can just be like, I'm about to dead eye this cat right from under the table. What's yours list, Matt?
Well, what's got me, man, is I've been waiting since, and I'll be honest with you, since Skyrim, which has been a long time, looking for a game that I can finally be like really immersed in. You know what I mean? Like, I've been trying to find games like that, and it's just it's always just been hit like barely hit and mostly missed. But like something that, and that's what it seems to me it's going to be. And I'm glad it's going to be by a pretty prestigious company right now. They've been having a pretty good track record so far, CD Projekt Red.
Yeah.
So, I'm hoping to get to that, like, I'm off the next 2 days, and I have a feeling I'm going to start tonight, and I'm probably not going to go to sleep. I don't know. We'll see.
I'm kind of feeling the same way, although if I was going to stream, I think I want to sleep before I stream, but, like...
Yeah, I would try to, yeah.
Yeah,
but, tomorrow, I got a tattoo appointment tomorrow, and I'm probably just going to...
Oh, what, you getting a tattoo?
Come back home. Oh, yeah.
What are you getting?
Oh, it's nothing new. I was gonna get it's one of my favorite bands. I'm gonna get a little they're called lettuce. I'm gonna get their little symbol on my,
Yo,
on my arm.
Fuck lettuce. You need to get a Cyberpunk tattoo.
I'm not.
CD
We haven't got to
Projekt
the
Red.
fears. We haven't got to the fears yet. I don't think. I didn't hear you guys talk about it. I'll explain that later. But I guess the second thing would be, so like, how detailed can you make, if you make a female character, like how detailed are these vaginas we're talking? Like, can I change the clit size? You know, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's I'm not even gonna play the game. I'm just gonna be making characters. No, I'm joking. You know, other than that, honestly, you know, I don't know. I'm really gonna enjoy the replay value for it. Like, I know it's gonna be a big, you know, undertaking, and I already have like my idea for what kind of character I want to play as. But it's gonna be awesome to be able to like beat, you know, however, I don't know how you're gonna beat the game. I don't know how, you know, if there's post game stuff or what. But being able to like play through all the three scenarios, like, I don't know. I'm really excited for that. And yeah, I don't know. I guess that'd be it, honestly.
Well, I will say that, you know, there is a lot of hype that's surrounding this game, and you know, we've all learned by being burned in the past, and sometimes, you know, the hype, the realistic part of it all doesn't live up to the hype.
Mm-hmm.
There are some concerns. I've been scouring the internet, reading all kinds of reviews. I will say that the mass majority of these reviews are 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 10, 4 out of 5, 5 out of 5, or whatever. I have seen a few, like GameSpot, they gave it a 7 out of 10. And I've seen a few negative reviews about it, which does raise some concerns for me. My first concern is that it's buggy. You all right, bro? The first concern is that it's buggy.
Oh, I thought I muted it. My bad. I thought I straight up muted before I did it, and it did not mute, and I was like, oh well, that's fine, cool. Go ahead,
man. You got to get to an ENT, bro. Stat. So listen. So my first concern is that it's buggy. Some of the reviews that I've read say that it's buggy in the most inopportune spots, that it kind of takes away from the energy and the feel of the moment that you're in, because it'll bug out and do something silly or whatever. So, you know, from what I understand and what I've read is that day one patch that's supposed to be coming out, 43 gigs or something like that for the day one patch.
It's like more now. It's like 53 or something now. Is it
going up?
Yeah, it's gone. It's ridiculous. Like, you know, by the end, they're saying like all together it should be like over 100 something.
They've came out and said that that day one or day zero patch, I guess they call it, is going to fix most of those bugs in the console versions. So I'm really hoping that is true and that it fixes most of those bugs, but we'll see. My second concern is that it's just too big and there's too many choices. Something I've learned, I mean, hell, I tell you, it's a perfect example. When you're trying to watch Netflix or whatever, me and my wife will sit up at night. We'll start scrolling through all of our different streaming services, trying to find out what we want to watch that night. And we end up freaking you just sitting there and going through all the different things, reading the info on it for 2 hours before we ever pick anything. It's because there's too many options to pick from. You should
watch You should watch Death Note, like I told you.
No. There's Death Note yet? You haven't seen Death Note? What the?
There's two of us here.
You should both watch Death Note because your wife. She would actually like it's up her alley as far as stories go, because it's basically a murder mystery.
Yeah.
Well, hard left turn. Yeah. But
that's just Cyberpunk. Can I make that document in Cyberpunk? Can I
Yes. Go ahead.
So what my concern is that it's just too big and there's too many choices. There's going to be hard. You'll get wrapped up in all of the side missions and kind of get on it. It kind of leads to my third concern is that I'm never going to finish it. The same thing happened to me with The Witcher, and the same thing has happened to me with Red Dead Redemption 2. Both games I absolutely love, but it was just so huge, and I was sitting there playing in this world for so long. I put all these hours in, and then it just kind of, it got almost too big. And so, there was just too many things to choose from. I ended up getting bored of it. So I'm really worried that it's not too big and there's not too many choices that'll end up, keeping people from actually finishing the game. Because I know the developers tried to address this. They made the main story a little bit shorter than Witcher because a lot of people complained that they played Witcher for hours and hours and never beat it, and I was one of them. So I think they've tried to put more of an emphasis on the side missions so that you can kind of progress through the main storyline a little bit faster. But it's one of those things. We'll see.
I'm hoping that it's more. It seems like it's going to be kind of more like Skyrim. Like Skyrim is like that, where it seems so much like there's so much stuff to do, but the way that the game paces itself is where like you can stop at any point and you can continue. Like where with Witcher, it's almost like the side missions are really, really long, and you can really lose track of what you're doing. It's all super story based. Where this is,
I've never seen it
more freedom.
I've never seen it as a bad thing for like a game to be so long that you can't finish it, because it is definitely worth the $60 because there's too much content in there, and it was one of the things I loved most about Cyberpunk is when I went to go buy it on the PlayStation Store, it didn't immediately put me at the what's it called, the deluxe edition screen, like almost all the other games and shit like that. It didn't have a deluxe edition. It was just the game. And you know what that tells me? That they want to sell you this game and they're not trying to sell you DLC, a bunch of other crap down the road. That's what I really liked when I went to go download Cyberpunk. And I think Cyberpunk, like just like The Witcher, is going to give you so much content that if you can't finish it, at least you know you're getting your money's worth, because there's more than you can even handle. And this is one thing I at least say for my personal. This is how I stop from letting the hype ruin the game for me. You gotta remember, guys, it's gonna be a game. It's not gonna suck you off and drive you to the work in the morning.
Yeah, it's not virtual reality or anything. Yeah.
Exactly. It's always gonna be with the limitations of a game. It's going to be probably a little bit better than most of the games out. Yeah, of course. But it's going to be a game, and you got to understand there's always going to be a process. There might be bugs and stuff like that. The Witcher had bugs. Everybody still loved it. And so the bugs can be fixed, and you should just temper your expectations when you go in. I would say my biggest concern, honestly, with this game is I don't know, maybe like what I just said, a little disillusionment from the hype, but more or less, I think just maybe not being able to go as far as I want to with a build. That would be my only real concern, is like having a build I can't go as far as I want to with. The bugs I'm not really concerned about, because those will be fixed. CD Projekt Red is pretty good about fixing bugs and attending to stuff, so I'm not really worried about that. I'm just really worried about maybe I won't be able to go as far with the build as I want to. But other than that, I don't have a lot of fears, because most of the reviews, like, it is different. Once the users start being able to play instead of just the critics, you're going to get a lot different opinions, but I think it's still going to come out on top. What up, James? And what up, Jay?
Hey, Jay. By the way, we are going to get into the Halo talk here a little bit later.
Yeah, definitely. What do you think, Matt?
Yeah, so as far as concerns that I have, and I only really have two, and they're actually kind of like linked together. The one thing that really, what's just from just watching some of the gameplay footage, and like reading stuff about people who played it early, early access and stuff like that, that the melee combat, and I watched a video of it, and it looked, I'm sure this was before this was still like in the beta, I guess, but it looked terrible, like. And I hope they really fixed it, because if I want to make a giant fucking muscle bound steroid freak with a micro penis, I want to be able to punch people and it not suck.
Yeah.
But
no, I've heard that they've improved it. Like,
but my main fear, in all honesty, is that it's not going to be good. Like it's all this hype, and it's just going to be a mediocre game. And I don't think it will be. Like I'm hoping not. Like I hope it's not like I went through this with Kingdom Hearts 3, because I'm a huge fan of the series. Kingdom Hearts 3 came out, and I played the shit out of it, and I beat it, and I was literally in denial. I was like, oh, it was good, and then like everybody's like, bro, come on, really?
Yeah,
it
really was.
It took a second. I was like, man, it wasn't that. Like the fucking PSP game is better than that.
Yeah,
Which really,
I don't think we're gonna have that. I don't think it's gonna be like that.
I don't think so, but
with
that's just
Cyberpunk.
my main fear.
Because
oh god, this game is terrible.
One, you got to think about the things that happen with Kingdom Hearts and the things that are going on with Cyberpunk, and even the direction of the game. Because I've actually seen people streaming a little today, and it looks pretty decent. Like as far as getting started, I stopped before they really got into it because I want to see things on my own. Because I think another good way to not have your opinion swayed is to just play it for yourself. Like,
oh, of course.
yeah, once you play it for yourself, you're really going to know if you like this game or not. Because just because everybody likes the game, it doesn't mean you're going to like the game. You may dislike it, but I feel at least, with CD Projekt Red's history and the content of the game and the polish that's been put into it, I kind of feel that it's kind of impossible for it to suck. Like, it may be, like, maybe above average, like, at the least. Above average and not, like...
I think at worst it's going to be very, very riddled with bugs, and it's going to be, like, certain... Like, Witcher 3 was like that. I was lucky enough where I didn't really run into a whole lot of them, but I did. And all I had to do was restart my console, like, restart the game, and it would fix it. But I think give it a couple months. Or maybe just a month, and they'll fix it.
Well, there's also other concerns. Some of the things that I've read on it. When you have a game so massive, and even though they've been working on this damn thing for it seems like 10
they got
years.
Keanu Reeves endorsing the fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? It's the most hyped game I've ever seen in my life.
But what I'm saying is, like, some of the reviews that I've read is that they've spent so much time making it so big and so beautiful or whatever that it's kind of like, it's kind of empty. It's kind of like it's only aesthetically pleasing or something. You know what I mean? It's like. I heard a lot of the NPCs are kind of have the personality of a cardboard cutout. You know what I'm saying? It's just like not really.
See, now I call bullshit on that because I have not been hearing that from most reviews. Like
it was on the IGN review.
Yeah, but IGN, like when they were talking about, they were saying like mostly like Keanu Reeves is stiffer than a lot of the other characters.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
see, this is the thing. This is the thing you gotta understand. Keanu Reeves is not a good actor. I know that. that might be controversial, but I don't know why it's controversial because he is not a good actor. He's a good presence. He's a good action star. He does the silent type really well. That's why you all like John Wick. But I want you to go back to things like The Matrix or even Bill and Ted. He doesn't say a lot, does he? His partner says a lot more, right? Because he's not good. He wasn't a good Constantine. Like it's this thing.
Yeah, I've been reading that too. It's like, oh, okay, I hope they bring Keanu Reeves back as Constantine. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, what? Have you seen that movie?
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody else in that movie was great except for him.
Now, I don't want to go off on a tangent or anything, but he's not really a good actor, so I would expect him to be stiffer than the rest of the cast. Yeah, exactly, Jay. You agree with me? He's not really that good, but I hear the rest of the cast is phenomenal. So honestly, I think the Cyberpunk is the type of game where it's really going to depend on your own taste because I hear a different story from so many people because obviously it's probably different for everybody. Like, even their choices and everything are going to take them in a different path. So, it may be certain things for some people and certain things for other people. Like, I'm not really scared of that. I'm going to take it at my own pace. And we're going to see, with my own eyes. But I don't really think it's going to be... because The Witcher, all the side quests, the side quests were ridiculous. They were so well written and so well done. It would make me. It's hard for me to believe that they just stopped doing it for this game.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't know. We'll see. It's all we'll see in about 3 hours.
About 4 hours. Yeah, 3.5 now. 3.5. Yeah, we're counting down, bitches. 3.5. Get ready.
3.5 hours.
Get your meat in your hands. We're about to play this. No.
There's a lot of people who's going to be able to play it starting at 9.
Oh yeah, like a lot of people already. There's a lot of people have been already playing it. I mean, I know.
I've already applied for my New Zealand citizenship, so I can go ahead.
I saw Vadi Vidya playing it, and that's the Souls. Basically the Souls lore guy, like the most famous guy, Vadi Vidya. He was playing it earlier today, and a lot of people were playing it. So it's out. You could do it. And it's watchable if you want to see. And honestly, I didn't see anything that made me worry.
All right, guys. So listen, I got something. everybody go around and tell me what life path you are first choosing to play with.
Oh man, dude, yeah, you could change your region and play. I just didn't want to do it, Austin. I'm really torn between the Street Kid and the Nomad. I am not doing a Corpo. Matter of fact, I'm going to have a personal vendetta against the Corpos in any role I play.
Me too. I feel the same way.
Yeah, I'm going to have a personal vendetta against them, but it's either between the Nomad or the Street Kid. I'm leaning Nomad.
What do you think, Matt?
It's funny because I've been, talking to people about it. I talked with you guys about it too, and it seems like everybody's leaning that way, Nomad or Street Kid, and I almost just to be able to like share an experience that most people who I know who are playing it won't be able to, because I'm going Corpo. Like that's I already have like an idea for what my character's gonna be like. Like I already when I play these kind of games, man, I get way too nerdy and like I get it. Like I like the role play. You know what I mean? Like I put myself in my character's shoes, and yeah, I'm gonna be like a cutthroat fucking corporate like badass. Like I'm not gonna be a good person. Like I'm
gonna be an honorable nomad samurai. I want to be an honorable nomad samurai and shit like that.
I think I'm gonna go the hacker route. Like I'm gonna go like. I don't know. I have to really look up the stats again because if anything, I would rather make like an intelligent, like charismatic person and like have to make the combat more challenging, but me have like other avenues of how I can advance the story and and succeed over like just being like a brute who is really good with guns and swords.
Well, there's some missions that you can get all the way through without ever hurting anyone.
That's the kind of the route I'm going to go for. I want to go more for like the. Like use my words and like my charisma and also like espionage and stealth, to get my shit to get things done.
You're taking the tactician route. I like that.
Exactly, yeah.
What are you doing, John?
I've heard the melee is pretty choppy too, besides the samurai sword, so that makes me kind of concerned. But so me and Matthew talked about this a couple months ago, and back then I was pretty set that I was going to be a nomad, starting out. But the more that I read, the more that I think about it, is I think I'm going to start off as a street kid. I think it's going to allow you to have a lot of connections with the differing gangs in Night City, and I think it's really going to help you out instead of being this outcast and outsider that no one trusts or whatever. But I think I'm going to start off as a street kid, for that reason, and because I think I just can associate it with it better. I grew up a street kid, so it's just kind of like, kind of going to be kind of my life path.
That was definitely my second choice.
I 100% pegged you as a street kid. I kind of figured you'd start as a street kid, and also
I got to represent for a street kid, bro.
No, I feel you, bro. You gotta go in, rep your set, bro. But I also want to say, Jason, have you really never heard of Cyberpunk, or are you just trolling? Have you really never heard of it, or are you trolling? Because
man. I will say this though, Jason, man, you got to start Googling. We don't have enough time in our podcast to kind of get behind everything that Cyberpunk is.
Cyberpunk is a tabletop game from back in the day that they made a video game about. There's at least a good book of lore on it, bro.
Yeah, I would go to YouTube and check it out, man. It's an RPG made by the same company who made Witcher, but it's in a futuristic world. Yeah, and it looks so dope.
Yeah, you definitely look it up, man. I wish we could explain it, but we don't have anywhere near enough time. Matter of fact, we're at the half-hour mark. We should probably start doing some news.
All right. Well, we're going to get on with some news. I'll go ahead and do this first, since Jay mentioned it earlier. Halo Infinite has came out with some news. There was some speculation that they were going to be able to release it in the spring of 2021. Comes out that that's not true. It looks like it's going to be releasing fall of 2021, which is cool. November is going to be the 20th anniversary of Halo, so it makes sense. They've also came out, Brian Gerard, the community director of 343, has came out and said that the Halo Battle Royale mode is the rumor is unfounded. A lot of people has came out and said that there was rumors that there was going to be a battle royale mode for Halo or whatever, but the community director of 343 said that is unfounded. So that's big.
I want to say personally that I am super happy that you all will finally have a game that people can actually play, and that's going to be the biggest news for Xbox since I don't know, they launched their system.
This guy.
And yeah, Donovan, we talked about nudes. He's Cyberpunk, so we're on nudes.
So within the trailer, they released a whole bunch of screenshots of armor and weapons, and they look way better than what all of the flack they got from the original trailer with
They really
Craig
do.
in it and all that kind of
They
stuff.
really
Yeah, the texture is much improved. It's also came out that that the multiplayer element for Halo Infinite is going to be free to play. So it's going to be similar to like Warzone for people, where you could download it free to play, but it's going to be supported in part by microtransactions, which I cannot freaking stand that. I will say Call of Duty's doing it with the Battle Pass stuff, which is pretty easy to ignore for me.
When it's free to play, it's all a little bit excusable because it's free. But like, if they charged you $60 and then the microtransactions, I'd be going ahead and throw that shit back at the developer. You say, you go ahead and have that crap. We're not doing it.
Right. Well, so the microtransactions is kind of the norm. It's kind of the what's expected these days out of these games. But you know, I hate to see Halo fall down that rabbit hole. But
yeah, that's sad. That I did not know that, man.
Yeah.
That's just it's the path that the major gaming industries are going down, man. Like, it's the future, whether we like it or not.
Is. But I'm so excited for Halo Infinite. It's one of the main reasons why I kind of held off the Series S. That's really the game I want. It's going to be on the Game Pass, so you don't even have to go purchase it if you don't want to. You can just download it off Game Pass.
So they just put a new trailer, Jay. So there's a new like straight up trailer, not pictures. Like, I'd be interested in looking at that.
So also in news, man. Speaking of Game Pass. Game Pass has doubled its subscriptions in November. So you gotta imagine Game Pass has been around for a few years now, and in 1 month they doubled the amount of subscribers they have. They have well over 30 million subscribers now for Game Pass. That's pretty amazing. It's showing that Xbox's their strategy is working. You know, this pushing everything to Game Pass, it is absolutely working, which is pretty crazy to see.
Yeah, I would think the reason for that is one, they have the EA Play, so now you can play like almost all the big EA hits, including like Madden and like all the sports games, and also I think that coupled with what's the deal they have now where you can like. It's like a bundle for the new system where you like get Game Pass and you get like the new system and all that. It's a whole bundle together.
You finance the system, yeah.
It's like a hell of a deal. It's a really good deal.
Let me answer this real quick. James, Halo's microtransactions being cosmetic only is no excuse. Like, because cosmetics are something that used to be in a game for playing it, not for paying for it. So I don't take that as an excuse. That's bullshit. It's still bullshit.
To James's point, it is still bullshit, but it's better than having the microtransactions be key to the game. Like, you can't get weapons, or you can't get levels, or whatever.
like Battlefront did that, where it's like,
true,
if you want to pay extra money, you get better weapons, then you will just beat everybody. And guess what? If you want to win this game, you got to pay us money.
Well, this is my argument for that. The way that they got to the point where they were putting it in there, it was through the cosmetic microtransaction, because basically it's just that little bit that you accept that pushes them a little bit forward to the unacceptable crap. That's what I'm saying. Like, the more you accept it, the more all right, let's take it up a level. Now the people hated it, they took it back down a level, but they'll take it back up as soon as as soon as you stop paying attention. It'll go back up to that unacceptable crap. That's why you shouldn't accept that other crap either. But that's just my personal opinion. It's one of those things that it's something. It's a hard pill to swallow. Because I'm a lifetime gamer. I've fucking been gaming since I was 4 years old. And it was a lot simpler back then. But even back then, you have to think we live in our society. It's a consumer product. So the people behind making these games, their number one goal is to make capital. That's what it is. So but there's
any way they can do it.
Yeah, but
they're going to do it.
But there's companies like CD Projekt Red. There's companies like From Software. There's even companies like Naughty Dog. They're not charging that, but they're still giving you a full game experience.
Not yet.
They're not doing that shit.
I love those guys, but I'm just afraid that it's eventually those companies are gonna they're gonna sell out and they're gonna
it's
start
the
doing
greedy
it.
ones that are, it's the greedy ones setting the example for the rest of
setting
them,
the
thinking
example,
they
and
can
they're
get
the
away
ones
with.
and
But
they're the ones that
looking
are
at
most
you,
successful.
EA.
You know?
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Looking at you, EA and Ubisoft. Like, the thing is, when
Yeah.
they set that example, everybody else thinks they can do it. But there are companies that don't do that, and they get along just fine. But that's a whole nother conversation. Let's
Oh
move
yeah,
on.
we could have a whole
Whole other
podcast about that.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
yeah.
want to go into the
So
philosophies of video games.
So next up on the news is season 1 of Black Ops Cold War has been announced. They actually pushed the date back. It was going to be for tomorrow as well, but they pushed it back to the 16th. Season 1 is going to be the largest free content drop in Black Ops history, man. So it's going to be awesome. It's going to be a massive expansion of free content. They're going to integrate the operators, the weapons, the player progression, the battle pass rewards, and all the XP that you get between Black Ops Cold War and Warzone and Modern Warfare. So it's going to be very interesting. They're going to create a whole new Warzone map that you can play. Now they're still going to keep Verdansk. I don't know how to pronounce it. Verdansk.
Call of hackers.
Yeah, whatever it is. But they're going to keep that. It's the larger map. But what they're going to do is they're going to create essentially what's Alcatraz, and it's going to be a whole like a smaller map essentially for the Warzone product. So they're also going to be down all kinds of different things just for the Cold War itself. We're going to finally get some new multiplayer maps with a fan favorite. And then we're also going to have 6 vs 6 modes and playlists, and we're going to have 2 vs 2 gunfight with 4 new maps, and it's going to be dope. So Raid is the fan favorite map that everyone's going to have. So that's a favorite for Black Ops 2.
Oh,
so,
hell, they're bringing Raid back. Nice.
Yep,
yeah,
they're bringing Raid back.
Yeah.
And of course, when that all drops, you're going to have double XP weekend and free bundles coming when that drops. So it's looking very exciting, at least for the Call of Duty fans. It's interesting to me the way they're doing it, how they're taking essentially 3 games and they're combining them all. So, so when I play in Cold War, I am working towards the same player progression as I am when I'm playing Modern Warfare or when I'm playing Warzone or Zombies or whatever.
Oh, dude.
So,
so
it's really cool that way.
Now all the microtransactions converge in one place.
Well, yeah.
But that's still dope. So you mean so what you're saying is that like your rank, like how does that work? Like your rank in Modern Warfare, if you're like I'm gonna switch over to Modern Warfare and play it, you'll rank up in Black Ops 2? Like
from my understanding, yes, that's exactly.
That's insane. So what if you're higher level in Modern Warfare and you're lower level in Black Ops? Like,
well, the thing about Modern
God
Warfare,
mode,
and the part that's interesting to me is I don't know if they're going to be bringing prestiges to Modern Warfare or not. 'Cause they don't have a prestige mode. They reset your rank.
Okay.
They reset your rank every season.
Yeah, you were telling me about that. Yeah.
Right. So you don't have, it just brings you right back to where you're at. So I'm interested to see how they do that, how it all gets integrated. But it's going to be interesting. The biggest integration, obviously, is going to be for Warzone because Warzone has kind of become its own beast.
Yeah.
They've pushed it as basically its own game now. It's going to just add to Warzone. So you're going to have that Alcatraz map that was in Blackout, or what was it called? Blackout? What was it called in Black Ops? What was the I think it was Blackout, I think. But it's going to be called Rebirth Island. Is what it's going to be called. So it's going to be Alcatraz essentially. Is what
Isn't
it is.
it crazy that we live in an age where Fortnite is out here battling with Call of Duty? Like,
yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Not really. Like, I mean, it is, but like, I don't know. They're doing something right. Probably because they have some kind of partnership with Disney or something. I don't know.
Well, Jay, I tell you, I know. I feel what you're saying. I can't believe Call of Duty's still alive. But not only is it still alive, but this game that just came out has sold more copies than almost any other Call of Duty in history. So it's it's getting bigger and bigger and more popular.
They don't have dancing Kratos though.
Oh my god!
Oh well, we're gonna get to that. Right? I will say this. I haven't played Call of Duty games like seriously maybe since World War II. Like, and I didn't even play it as much as I did like Black Ops 2. It was probably the last one I was really, really into. And I'll tell you what, I've actually found myself like on my own accord, just like pick up the new Black Ops and play it because it has its bugs, but I mean it's fun. It's they I don't know how to explain it, but it's just
and I wouldn't really call it
it's
like
solid.
I wouldn't really
good.
call it copy paste, Jay. They do make some meaningful changes, but there is
Oh,
a
yeah,
lot.
yeah.
It is a lot of the same thing, but they do make meaningful changes. I wouldn't call it exactly a copy paste, but yeah, it is a lot of the same thing you're doing since since all of Call of Duty, so
Yeah. But I
like
mean, it's one of those things like if it's not broken, why fix it?
it's
Just
true.
add to
If
it and make
people
it
are
better.
still buying it at such a large number, they don't really have an incentive to change.
Well, I
Yeah.
certainly enjoy it. I just love all the Black Ops titles. We've talked about this before. I would say out of my top 5 Call of Duty games, I bet 3 of them are Black Ops titles.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
So it's they just make a great game. They just really do. But so the other thing that's came out that I kind of want to get your reactions of before we move on to the next couple of segments here is Immortals: Phoenix Rising came out.
Mm-hmm.
Has anybody had a chance to check it out? Anybody had a chance to play it?
I've seen it. I haven't had a chance to play it personally. Like the only reason I didn't try to purchase it myself because I was really thinking about it was I just feel like it's gonna be like an Ubisoft Breath of the Wild. So it's gonna be like streamlined and it's gonna be like just less fun with the same formula. And I'm
Like Darksiders or something.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't trust Ubisoft to make a game that's gonna keep me for more than like a couple of hours. And then I'm gonna feel like, oh, I'm just doing the same thing over and over again for the next like fucking 20 hours. So I don't know, man.
It certainly
Breath of the Wild. That was Breath of the Wild, but
it feels and looks.
It was
this
never
game,
got old.
This game feels and looks like Assassin's Creed Odyssey and Breath of the Wild had a baby.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it looks a lot more childish kind of to me, but it looks really fun. I mean, I think it's awesome that you're going through and fighting all these gods and kind of God of War-esque kind of situation.
Yeah, I'll admit, I saw like one trailer for it. That's like all I've seen. I think it was when it was announced, and I really don't know much about it. I remember when I watched the trailer, I was like, that doesn't look that good. But I've been hearing only good stuff about it.
Yeah, no, I heard it's pretty good game. Like even with all its flaws, it's pretty good. I just feel like it's gonna be like one of those things. Like even with Assassin's Creed Valhalla, that's getting pretty good scores too. But I know good and well, like with every other Assassin's Creed, I'm gonna start playing that shit, and then it's gonna be like a few hours in, and I'm gonna be like, all right, I'm done.
I've seen some pretty atrocious glitches in that game.
Yeah.
Like pretty funny stuff, but that's what you should come to expect when it comes to like Assassin's Creed games. It's just gonna happen.
You all continue with the news. I'm gonna get some water real fast.
All right.
You need some water.
Yeah.
Oh, was that? What the fuck's that supposed to mean? Anyway,
some Alka-Seltzer.
All right, whatever, y'all. I'm getting water up y'all.
Take some Robitussin, motherfucker.
That motherfucker drinks. He's gonna take a drink out of his cup of water with his pinky raised in there,
Yeah.
Yo, Jay's over here saying
Battlefield's
Battlefield's going to kill Call of Duty next year. I'm interested to see, man. I'll tell you what, I really enjoy Battlefield games, and I think they are awesome. But I'll say this: when Call of Duty World War II came out, was the same year that Battlefield 1 came out, and a lot of people said the same thing you're saying right now. And I'll tell you what, World War II smacked the fuck out of Battlefield 1, in my opinion. So I haven't played the newest Battlefield, but I'm interested to see what it looks like. I mean, I'll probably pick it up just because Battlefield consistently do drop good games.
I'm back.
But I don't know if it's going to be Call of Duty. I don't know, bro.
I just dropped my phone. Whew.
All right. So where are we at?
All right, so that's pretty much it for the news that I got for everybody. The next thing that we're kind of going to get into that's also coming out tomorrow along with Cyberpunk are the Game Awards. So the way we're going to do this, man, we picked just eight of the categories. There's a lot more categories in this, but we're not going to dive that deep into this just for the sake of time. But we would like to hear y'all's picks too. So we're going to go through 8 of the different categories. I'll list off all the nominees, and then we're going to take turns picking who we think will or should win that category. And you guys in chat, please feel free to let us know what you guys think as well.
All right.
So we'll get it started off with the best indie game that they have listed. First off is Carry On. Then it'll be Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout, Hades, Flunky 2, and Spiritfarer.
Hades.
These are all independent games.
Hades, 100%. Like I if Hades doesn't win, that is a bullshit fucking category because Hades is the top game in that category.
Well, I will say that I think that Hades absolutely is the best game out of this and probably deserves the win. But I will say that these awards are very much based on what's popular, and Fall Guys has been extremely popular. A lot of people are playing that. I think Hades deserves to win, and I would vote for Hades, but I think Fall Guys is actually going to win it.
Maybe I'm just mistaken. Or maybe didn't Ori and Will o' the Wisp come out this year?
That's not an indie game.
It's not an indie game?
No.
Oh, I thought that. It was. Oh well, then I guess there's Microsoft Studios now, huh? So
it's coming up. It's coming up. It's an action adventure. It's coming up in a different category.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what I would have picked. I haven't played any of the ones you listed, honestly. So I couldn't really say as far as indie games go. I'm trying to think of a new indie game I played, and I can't really think of one. That's the only one that I've really played.
It should be Hades, bro. That game's bad.
Yeah.
I want to check it out. West of Dead's pretty good. I played that.
All right, well, so moving on, the next category is the best fighting game.
This category is so awful. Like
it shows you the state of fighting games today.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's garbage. Go ahead, just read it off.
All right, so the nominees are Grand Blue Fantasy versus Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate, Street Fighter V Champion Edition, One Punch Man, a hero nobody knows, and
like really.
And listen to this last one. I don't even know what the hell. Under Night and Birth X.
Yeah, like that's a Japanese fighting game that's actually pretty good. Like the thing that does not belong on that list is One Punch Man.
Yeah,
like,
man, I played that and I wouldn't want it to be good.
Like
yeah, it's goofy as shit, dude. It's not very good at all.
It's like one of the worst fighters you could think of because it's it's an anime arena fighter, which are the worst fighters ever. And
it's not good.
And the fact that it's on that list shows you that it's just been a crap year for fighters. And honestly, who should win that is Grand Blue. Grand Blue should win. But
I haven't played that.
Most likely Mortal Kombat 11 will win.
That's what I would say.
Mortal Kombat 11,
yeah.
100%.
I've
never played Grand Blue, but I looked it up when we were doing this. I watched just a little bit of gameplay on it. I know a lot, so I'm not going to sit here in front and act like I know all about it, but in my opinion, Mortal Kombat 11 is definitely going to win.
Because like the thing is, Mortal Kombat 11 is one of those games that's good in presentation, but the fighting actually is just like I hate it in comparison to other games. And Arc Systems games have such good fighting, but they're not as good in presentation as NetherRealm. So most likely NetherRealm will win.
I can agree with
that.
Yeah,
I haven't played Grand Blue yet, so I've heard good things about it.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, but I would have to say, because I have to go on the games I've played, and Mortal Kombat 11 would probably take the cake for me.
Yeah, definitely.
It's one of my favorite fighting games in recent memory. It's probably my favorite fighting game since Soul Calibur. I can't really think of another one besides Super Smash Brothers, obviously.
Yeah, that's always a good one.
But the single player won me over for Mortal Kombat. This is awesome. But anyway, moving on. So the next category is the best RPG of the year. So the nominees are Final Fantasy VII Remake, Genshin Impact, Persona 5 Royal, Wasteland 3, and Yakuza Like a Dragon.
This
is that an RPG?
Yeah, it's an RPG, and the thing is, Yakuza Like a Dragon might be the one. Because Persona Royale is just like an extension of the original Persona. And I don't think that's going to win. Final Fantasy Remake is still a remake, even though it's really good. It's either going to be Final Fantasy Remake or Yakuza Like a Dragon. I don't think the other three are gonna clinch it.
I only two of these that I really know much about is Genshin Impact. Genshin
We're
Impact.
over the last 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, try to mute yourself, Matt, or step away from it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, my bad.
So
Give me 1 second.
So unprofessional. So anyway, the Final
I'm back,
Fantasy, the Final Fantasy remake, is my opinion what's going to win and probably what should win. I've never actually played Genshin Impact, but I know a little bit about it. It's definitely an awesome quality game. But I would venture to say that Final Fantasy VII remakes definitely sold above and beyond way more copies than probably all of these other games combined.
Genshin Impact is making $3 million a day now.
Are they really?
What is this game?
It's a gotcha game, bro. It's a gotcha game. It's a gotcha game.
Gotcha game?
Yes, it's a gotcha game.
Like Tamagotchi?
No, it's one of those games where they have like a bunch of characters and stuff kind of in a loot box, and to get them you got to keep rolling the loot box, so that's how they get you. But it's actually
it's every phone game I've ever fucking played.
Yes, it's a mobile game, but it's actually really well done. So I mean, the thing
is
it's making bank. Shit. But I don't think it would win over Final Fantasy. I don't think it will.
Yeah, I mean, out of those, I feel bad because I still haven't beat it yet. I'm like towards the end, but still, like, damn, that game is great. Like, I don't care what anybody like. I'm in like a Final Fantasy fan group thing on Facebook because I love Final Fantasy. And I don't know how many people just shit on that game. I'm like, you guys are just ridiculous.
They're
dude.
silly. It's nowhere near a bad game. It's nowhere near a bad game. Like, what the hell?
Out of all the games that come out this year, like, that game has... I've never, like, almost, like, I got chills and almost teared up. Like, at how well done they've made that game. Like,
you know what I've noticed?
Stuff up in the story, but, like,
you know what I've noticed?
Intro scene, bro. Like, I almost jumped up and clicked my heels. Like,
the most rabid haters of a game are its fans.
Yeah, that's how it goes. That's true with Star Wars. I'll tell you that.
It's the same exact thing with Halo. Star Wars. It's the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. The most rabid haters are the fans. But let's continue on. We got to get the rest of them.
Yeah, we got a lot to go. So the most stat category, in my opinion, is the best action adventure game. The nominees are Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Ghost of Tsushima, Spider-Man Miles Morales, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, Star Wars Fallen Order, and The Last of Us 2.
I'm going to go ahead and say it's between Ghost of Tsushima, The Last of Us 2, and Fallen Order. Like, those are the three that are probably most likely, one of those are most likely to win.
Well, I think that The Last of Us 2 has had horrible reviews.
Yeah.
Talk about a game that their fans hate.
I've
never seen more hate for a game from their fans than that one.
Oh, dude,
I've never played it.
It's gotten so toxic. I'm like, Jesus, guys.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, man. But I played Star Wars Fallen Order. That is an excellent game. I don't know if it's going to win this category, though. Ori and the Will of the Wisps. Man, that's an amazing game. I don't think Ghost of Tsushima is going to win it because I think it's probably going to win a different category we'll get to later. My opinion is I think it's going to be between Assassin's Creed Valhalla and Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
Oh, bruh. There's no Assassin's Creed that's ever going to win an award.
We shall see.
I hope it's not Assassin's. Dude, I mean, what you said.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla?
No, man. No, dude. Look. Assassin's Creed's fine. Have you played Ghost of Tsushima? Have any of y'all played the damn game? That is one of the best games I've played ever. Like, I'm not even joking. That game is awesome.
That's what I alluded to in my answer. It's going to win in a different category. That's why it's not going to win this one.
Well,
it doesn't mean it can't sweep.
I don't know what other category is there.
I mean, it doesn't mean it can't sweep, bro. Like, the thing is, it can take multiple categories, and it's good enough to do it.
You got good points. You're right. Like there's what I think should win, and there's what's probably going to win. And I can't decide because I'll tell you what, Jedi Fallen Order, that was one of the few games that's coming out that I've actually beat to 100% completion. Like, I just took everything that game had to offer.
And check it. It's Star Wars, bro. Star Wars is just
that. But that game is dope, dude. Like look at the only other game that I could compare that to that's in a Star Wars game would be like The Force Unleashed. And yeah, those games were fun back in the day. Those games were terrible, really, in retrospect.
I think
it was so buggy. The system was messed up. This game was a solid game.
I think you all underestimate the pull of Star Wars, bro. Like, you know,
Well,
like
that's what I'm saying. If two of those were going to win, it should be Ghost of Tsushima or that game. I can't really decide which one I like more, honestly. They're both
My
great.
money,
Ghost of Tsushima, I'm
my
leaning
money
toward.
is on Ori and the Will of the Wisp winning the best action adventure.
I don't think that should be. Like, I don't know. I guess it is technically an action adventure game, but
well,
to
we're,
me,
we're gonna see.
that's like a Metrovania game. I don't know. That's like a platformer.
Yeah,
Like,
it is
you
kind of
know?
like a Metroidvania, but we will see tomorrow.
We will
Yeah,
see
I guess we
tomorrow.
will.
All right.
All right, so the next category is the best action game. The nominees are Doom Eternal, Hades, Half-Life Alex, which I did not know that game existed, which is very surprising because I'm a Half-Life fan.
It's a
Neo
VR
2,
game.
Neo 2, and Streets of Rage 4.
All right, let me tell you who should win this one, Neo 2. Neo 2 should win hands down. It is the most it was the most content-filled and polished game out of all of those, but Doom is probably going to win that.
See,
Yeah.
that's another thing, man. Like, this is what's confusing me here these categories here. Like, when is Doom? Aren't all first-person shooters action games then? Like, if Doom's considered an action game, it's a first-person shooter. It's a shooter game.
No,
what I mean?
you know what? I would actually say Doom is a little bit more action than most because it's arcadey action. Like there is no
But
in
it's a
between.
shooter.
There
Like,
is no in between. Like in Cyberpunk, you're gonna be
You
doing
switch
RPG.
weapons and shoot.
Yeah,
Like,
but
it's
check
just-
it. In Cyberpunk, you're gonna be doing RPG stuff. In Doom, you just murder and move to the next murder point. That's it. It's all just murder. Like and that's Doom is more action than a lot of games, and Doom Eternal is a real good game. I still say Neo 2 should win it because Neo 2 is just way more in depth of a game than Doom is, but Doom is probably gonna win that.
Well, I'm honestly surprised, and not to give a spoiler for what we're going to get into here in a second, but I'm surprised Neo 2 wasn't in the category for Game of the Year. Honestly,
Yeah.
at least the nominee. You know what I mean?
Well, the thing is, like, I don't know, man. Like, Neo 2 is that game teetering in between something really great and, like, just better than the average. Because, like, you got to be able to get into Neo. You just got to be able to get into that. And it's like a Souls-like, but not. So, I could see it not being Game of the Year, but it definitely should be in more categories. I feel that it should be in a lot more categories.
Didn't
But-
Sekiro come out this year?
No, that was last year.
Was that last year? Okay, I thought. Yeah, all right.
But
I don't know.
agree that
As
Doom- I
action
think
game
Doom's gonna win.
goes, like.
Hold on. What'd you say,
Well,
John? What'd you say, John?
Oh, I was just going to say I do think Doom is going to win that category.
Do me a favor and just read that list off real quick again. 'Cause
It's Doom Eternal, Hades, Half-Life Alex, Neo 2, and Streets of Rage 4.
Why the hell is Streets of Rage
what,
4 then?
That's what the action games were this year. Jesus Christ, man!
Why the hell is Streets of
all
Rage
right.
4
I don't
then?
know.
That's
That's
so
a beat 'em
retarded.
up. Like I got these genres, man, are just it doesn't. I don't.
I
agree
know
with this whole thing.
they're kind of
Like,
horrible. They are kind of
it's
bad.
stupid. Yeah.
Like-
I mean, shit. How is there an action and adventure and then just action games? Like, I don't know, man. With that list there, like.
Hey,
You should write a letter. You should
I
write a
haven't
letter
even
to
played
the
Neo
Game
2. I should.
Bruh, get on Twitter.
thought
Get
about
on
it.
Twitter. Go ahead and hit up Jeff Keighley.
Man, I don't
Tell
use
him how
Twitter,
you feel.
man.
Tell Jeff
I ain't no
Keighley how
tweet.
you feel, bro. Tell
Tell
him.
I
how
ain't no
you really
Tweety Bird.
All right, go ahead,
No,
John.
you're
Go ahead,
probably
John. Continue on.
All right.
Yeah,
so the next category is best esports game. So it's the best game to play in esports. Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Counter-Strike Global Offensive, Fortnite, League of Legends, and Valorant.
All right, I know everybody's gonna hate it, but the two that are most likely gonna win that is League of Legends or Fortnite. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that's-
given. It's probably gonna be Fortnite. I'll be
yeah,
honest.
most likely.
Well,
League of Legends is old.
I will say that I probably just because of the business and because of the research I've done, I'll probably have my hand on the esports community a little bit, on the pulse of the esports community a little bit more than you guys do. I will say that I am willing to bet that Valorant actually wins.
Really?
Um,
Valorant?
Yeah, that game is extremely popular right now. Their latest tournament that actually 100 Thieves just won was one of the most watched and highest pursed esports tournaments there's been in a while. There's a really big following in Valorant right now.
I'm surprised. I am surprised at that. You have acknowledged me in the game. in the gaming
Yeah.
era. You have out
Well,
knowledge.
just in esports, you know.
Oh, right. Okay, I can feel better now.
See, I would imagine like Madden and like Call of Duty would be up there.
Well, you guys said like
Call of Duty is. Call of Duty's in
Yeah.
Oh,
there,
okay, I didn't
but-
hear that. I'm sorry.
Madden, you gotta understand. Madden is just like it's just lost so much credibility in the years of just kind of crapping out another game and
It's still well, maybe
Well,
it has. Yeah.
I will say that the Call of Duty Championships, that's kind of changed the game quite a bit, because I think the typical regular Ojo in the street knows about Call of Duty more than they know about any of these other games besides maybe Fortnite. And the Call of Duty League, they franchise like the NBA has now, so it's not a bunch of just like all of the rest of these games that are on here are just esports teams. I mean, hell, 2Def could join it and have an esports team and go win a championship.
But you really think it's more than League, bruh?
With what do you say?
You really think Valorant's got it over on League of Legends?
I don't know. I would argue that League of Legends or Valorant will win. That's what my opinion. I think that Valorant really has League of Legends has been around for a little while.
Yeah.
So I'm not even really sure why it's on this list because it didn't come out this year. And the same with
Fortnite's the same way. Like, yeah.
Right.
Like,
It's same thing with Counter-Strike Go. But I think Valorant for this year in particular has been immensely popular. Me personally, I would vote Call of Duty or Counter-Strike just because that's my cup of tea.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I think that it's rather going to be League of Legends or Valorant, and I'm leaning towards Valorant, in my opinion.
Oh, well,
yeah.
we'll
See,
see.
I think it's going to be Fortnite. Honestly, that's my call. Especially with all the new shit they're doing.
I mean,
It
has just as good a chance as either of them. So,
Their
you never know.
Their latest season was ridiculous. I can't remember the number, but it was just some. I don't know if it was tens of millions, of hundreds of millions of people that were there for.
Fortnite
Bro,
has
they added in like half the Marvel universe in the
Fortnite has Galactus, bro. Fortnite has Galactus.
Yeah, that was because I remember they had that big event where like a black hole sucked everything up, and I want to say the end of this season was Galactus sucking everything up, and then it like restarts again.
Yeah,
I like the idea of that. I like the idea of that. I just can't get behind Fortnite. I'm seriously like about to like I'm just gonna give it a try. I'm gonna sit down and play Fortnite.
The thing is, it's not a bad game. It's not a bad.
See if I get into it.
People hate it. Yeah, it's not a bad game. It's just people hate it.
No,
I think people hate on it because it's so popular with like younger kids and stuff.
It's not like because the thing is, it's not like a shit game. It's not like what's it called? What was the game before Fortnite? PUBG. PUBG was actually like. It was buggy and it was kind of crap, but people liked it. But Fortnite is actually a better and more polished game.
Well, I'll disagree. I think PUBG was better than Fortnite, and I think pretty much in my opinion anyway, I think pretty much all of the other battle royale games, the Apex Legends of the world and the PUBGs and all that, and Warzone, I think they're all better than Fortnite.
But like Fortnite is not like in the realm of a bad game. It is polished. It has mechanics that work. It is fun to a degree, and you can't call that bad. It's just that you don't like it. You can't
see Wolverine doing the floss.
Okay, that is true. That is true. I can't see Wolverine doing the floss. That is.
You could have Dr. Doom doing the Running Man.
I will never support Fortnite after what they did to Kratos. The disrespect is just out of this world.
It is. PUBG is dope. They changed it a lot. You know what? They may have, although Fortnite did eat it alive. So, it's one of those things. Like, Fortnite is Call of Duty. I don't know about that. There's a lot of people probably disagree with you on that. I don't really care. I think both of them suck, but I don't play those games. So,
All right, so moving on. So the next category is Best Multiplayer. So the nominees are Animal Crossing's New Horizons, Among Us, Call of Duty Warzone, Fall Guys Ultimate KO, and Valorant.
Among Us wins that hands down.
Man, I'll tell you what. That out of all those games, Among Us is dope. I really fucking like that game. I've learned I'm in like a Discord group that plays, and that's like the way to play it. The one bad thing about Among Us is if you try to just play random people, it's mostly like little kids, and they don't know how to play the game, and they do stupid shit.
Yeah.
I'm
But if you're like a dedicated
interested
server, it's fine.
I'm interested to look up the numbers of how many people play
I don't-
Warzone compared to how many people play Among Us.
I just don't think Among Us is gonna win it. Like, it's the game that I would pick to choose. Like, I would choose, but I just don't. That game was made by 2 people.
Bruh,
Two people.
but
made that
you
game.
gotta understand
it's super,
you
it's
gotta
just
understand
so, like,
you gotta understand the rise of Among Us, bro. It went from a game that
oh,
was
I know.
barely
Oh, I
had-
understand.
and it
I love
went
that game.
so
It came
dude,
out like
it ate
2 years ago. Or
it
something.
ate Fall Guys hype, dude. Fall Guys was going hard, and then Among Us came out and just derailed Fall Guys, bro. Like,
oh yeah,
and
it's a great game.
That's one
Simple
of the
concept.
And that's the thing, bro. Dude, like, like whether you like it or not, like they had, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez on Twitch doing Among Us, and it was like one of the biggest streams they've ever had. Like.
Well, it's definitely
Yeah.
become its own enigma or whatever with the.
Yeah.
I know it's taken
all the
Twitch by
memes and-
storm.
Yeah.
all the memes and calling stuff sus and all this kind of stuff. It's I'm sure it is a fun game. I've actually never even played it.
No, you should play it, man. It's fun.
It's very popular. But I personally think the Call of Duty Warzone is going to win. I think Warzone has kind of built on what Blackout was, and it's really just taken over the Battle Royale modes. Fortnite is really and Apex is still going, but not like Fortnite is and not like Warzone is. I personally think, the fact that Fortnite's not even in the best multiplayer category, I think Warzone's going to win personally.
Well, we will see. I'm going with Among Us though.
I still think Super Mario Brothers 3 should win.
Best multiplayer? What?
No, yeah, man. You plug in the second controller, you're ready to go. No, I'm kidding. What about Super Mario 35? Where's that at? That game is awesome.
Oh yeah.
All right, I'm done.
All right, well, we're gonna go ahead. Let's go to the next one.
All right, guys. So for the granddaddy of them all, it will be the game of the year. Our nominees are Doom Eternal, the Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, Animal Crossing's New Horizons, and The Last of Us 2.
Wow, Last of the 2's in there? Wow.
Yeah, I'm really gonna say Ghost of Tsushima pulls. They just goes ham on that one now. Like it's most likely gonna pull that one. Like there's another category. Best family game, Animal Crossing's on it. It's gonna win that one.
Yeah, I would think so. And I've never been a big Animal Crossing guy, but I have a lot of friends who play it, especially now with the advent of internet.
Yeah,
it makes that game the GameCube version was so weird. You had to trade memory files. It was stupid. But now it's just bit it's one of those games where it's you want no conflict at all. You just want to sit there and garden and decorate your house and go talk to your friends. That's that game.
People really love it. It's something that's
I can see the appeal of it, but it definitely ain't gonna win Game of the Year. It's just not gonna happen.
Well, I think Ghost of Tsushima is definitely going to win, and I think that's why it's not going to win the other category. For which one was it that we were talking about?
Why not though? Because there's been several times when a game has won Game of the Year and then swept other categories as well.
It was action adventure.
I think when that happens, it sweeps categories like best music, best whatever. I don't think it's going to take multiple categories like that. I do think it deserves to win the game of the year for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially out of the ones here. I think it's probably going to be.
I think Hades is on there just for the indie hype, just for giving indie its credit, recognition, putting an indie game on there because indie games I don't know about game of the year. I love them, but I just don't know about them being game of the year. That's if for Hades to be nominated, that's a nice nod saying that your game is really good. I just don't think Hades, even though as much as I love it,
I gotta play that now, man. How much does that cost?
Dude, it's like $20, like $25, I think at the most. It's probably on sale.
Hey man, you got Venmo Sleep?
Oh yeah, man. Go ahead.
Hey man, cash at me, bro.
You go ahead and put it in my account. Put it in my account, and I'll buy the game maybe tomorrow. Probably.
Damn. Never mind.
But so is that the last one on there?
Yes, that's the last one. Hey, our buddy Wayne, Jedi Wong, just messaged me and said, I had to restart my stream because of character build out. You can select a penis, and I don't want my stream kicked. So everybody, it's 9 o'clock, so you guys go and follow one of our affiliate streamers at Jedi Wong. He is streaming He is streaming Cyberpunk currently, and I can't wait to come over there and check it out. So you guys make sure y'all go check out Jedi Wong and give his page some love and follow him.
Definitely. Well, we are reaching the end of this. We should talk about the stuff we're doing here at 2Def, shouldn't we, John?
Yes, absolutely. So I want to take this opportunity here at the end of the podcast. We got a couple things that I want to shout out. First and foremost is our annual Share the Warmth clothing drive. It's been very successful, man. We're going to help a lot of people with this, and I'm just blown away by everybody. You guys are awesome. You guys have large hearts, man. I really appreciate you doing all this, even with COVID and everything else. But we are still looking for stuff. The deadline is Friday. We're going to be dropping it off to Wayside Christian Mission through the Coalition of the Homeless on Friday evening. So you have until then to donate any type of clothes, warm clothes, boots, gloves, socks, blankets, anything to help people stay warm, man. Cold days like last week that we had last week, it just really reminds me that this is very important, man. There's people out there sleeping on the streets, bro, and they need to be warm. So a lot of us, especially if we're sitting here listening to a podcast right now, we really, get to enjoy the warmth of our homes, and I want to be able to share the warmth. So if you guys find it in your heart to donate, we are accepting donations. Just get with me, contact me on Facebook. I'll let you know where the closest drop-off location is to you. If you know me personally, which a lot of you do, you can just bring it over to my house, man, whenever you want. Just give me a call before you come, because I can answer the door if you knock without calling. But we got until Friday, so be the change and share the warmth, guys. So spread the love and share the warmth. I think we need to help. We need to help people out and give back to the community the best we can, and just try to give back. So if you guys find it in your heart, please make sure that you guys donate some clothes or blankets. The next thing that is up is going to be on January 8th in our next installment for the 2Def Online Tournament Series. It will be a 2-versus-2 gunfight tournament for Cold War. So coming out with Season 1, they are dropping the gunfight mode. So we had a gunfight tournament in our last game night that was very successful and super fun. So we are going to move that over to the Cold War. It's going to be awesome, man. We have some supporters who are so awesome, and we have a large winning pot now.
Peace out, James.
Yeah, peace out, James. So make sure you guys check it out. We only have room for 16 teams. So grab your partner and go ahead and go to challenge.com. So it's CHALLONGE.com/2def2v2. You can sign up your team there. Go ahead and sign up so you can reserve your spot. First place winner will get $100. Second place will get $50, and third place will get your money back and will get $10. So it is $10. Entry fees $10 per team, $5 per person, or you can send me a screenshot to where you have invited 10 people to the 2Def page, and that will cover your entry into the tournament. So we definitely want to get this big. We want it to be successful. Unfortunately, with the virus, we're not able to have these tournaments like we had pre-COVID in person. And then we had a lot of fun. We had a lot of momentum going, but we'll deal with the cards that were dealt. So we are going to start having an online tournament series. I'm not sure what's coming up after 2-versus-2 tournament, but on January 8th, we are having it. I hope that all of you guys join us and join up and win some moolah.
I would actually like to get a Tekken tournament, guys, going. So, or some sort of fighting game tournament.
I'm down.
If y'all wanted to do that, I know that's not as big as the Call of Duty, but if y'all want to do that, man, let us know. I'm like getting a fighting game tournament. I think we're gonna.
Yeah, dude. I support
16,
that. Yeah.
If we can get 16 people to join, we can have it next, man.
Smash. Smash. Smash would be good too.
I'm having a lot of pressure for Madden right now, so I may end up trying to figure that out. But Call of Duty is also so easy because it's cross-platform. So if you have a computer, if you have PlayStation, you have Xbox, we all can play together. So that's why it's kind of the easy online tournament series. Things like fighting games and stuff, it's a lot easier when we're actually able to have them in person because we're able to just
that is true. Online's iffy for online fighters as well, so I can see.
It's hard to do a tournament with a lot of the best fighting games, anyways. The way the lobbies work and stuff.
Also, Jay, I don't want to see you in this tournament with a partner because you gonna go solo. I don't want to see no partner on your team. I want to see you do a solo.
He's over going to be trying to do Destiny shit in Call of Duty.
To throw a plasma bomb. Like, what the?
But no, guys. So that's the announcement I have, man. Make sure that you guys, check out the clothing drive. We're going to have them every year. It's going to be from the week before Thanksgiving to about 2 weeks before Christmas. So, we have a good little chunk of time there. We'll have them every year. So if you're not able to donate this year, please be looking out for it next year. I want to give a shout out to some of our partners who are really helping with this. Nerd Nation has been absolutely awesome. They always are. Nerd Nation's awesome, man. If you guys haven't checked out their group page, please definitely check them out. They're doing all kinds of awesome things in the community, and they're definitely one of our most cherished partners. Rec Bar is also just awesome. Tony is the man. They're dealing with a lot of different stuff with COVID and having to shut down and adjust the way that they're running their business. So, definitely give some love to Rec Bar because they're reaching out, trying to help in any way we can. So, you guys holler at me if you want to donate. Like I said, kind of the mantra that we're doing is be the change, spread the love, share the warmth. So let's do some good in the community, guys. And then also the 2vs2 tournament. You think you're good at Call of Duty? Put your money where your mouth is and come show us. If you win the tournament, you're going to win a good chunk of change, and we'll send you out some championship 2dev shirts that you can wear to our events and show off that you are a 2dev champion. So definitely check that out. But that's all I got.
Well, with that being said, guys, we'd like to thank everybody for coming out. We'd like you to go ahead and follow us on Facebook and all the other social media outlets, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, and all the other famous ones. We'd like to thank everybody for coming out into chat, hanging out with us and interacting and stuff like that. We love that. Please come out. Let us know how you feel in the comments. Leave us suggestions. We'll always like them. We want to change and we want to be better for you guys. So with that being said, you all have a good night. What? Go ahead.
Hey, I want to say one thing. Thanks for including me in this podcast, guys. I've been having a blast. I can't wait for many more.
Dude, you know what? I'm glad you're here, dude. You add a good dynamic to the podcast, and also
I hear that a lot.
Yeah, you do. You should, motherfucker. Anyway. And also,
right.
Yeah, you don't get a big head, bro. We'll
keep you around for a little bit longer.
Yeah,
thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Till we find a ringer. Once we find a ringer, I don't know. But with that being said, happy Cyberpunk Eve, guys, and you all have a nice night.
2dev.